Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Here we go again. Like a what? Like a torta with the snack habit. Orale, you can tell by that thumbnail. Let's end it on this note. Let's have one more last go with this. Let's have one last say with this before it's gone. Not before it's swept under the rug, before it's gone, period. When it comes to me. Yesterday I was watching American Cholo. It popped up on my feed and I tapped in with it. I think it was called The Tiger and the Donkey, or The Donkey and the Tiger, right? And I truly get the meaning of that, Gil. I truly get the meaning of what he had to say and what he was saying. Now, I've been one to let a man speak. What he has to say, I'm going to listen. Whether I agree with it or not is totally up to me, but in a menudo style and direct fashion, I'm going to speak on what I truly believe, and I'm going to say what I have to say, regardless of what people think about it. That's just me. But I agree with what Gil said yesterday. You know, he heard my apology. He heard other people's apology. We didn't apologize because we were forced to, or there's no secret squirrel shit behind the apology, and nobody's working with anyone. There's none of that. It was just man to man. Hey, I fucked up. I was wrong, Holmes. Dispensa. And that's what it is. Whether a man wants to take it and run with it and say, you know what? Hey, I hear you, bro, and I appreciate that. And it is what it is. Or someone wants to make more and keep building on it, and the animosity keeps flaring and flowing. Then it is what it is. Then then it's out of your realm. You've done all that you can do, and then you can't pick or change anyone's mind, Holmes. I'm not in charge of any other man. I'm just in charge of myself and what I speak on. I apologize to Gil for what I said and what I did, and he accepted it. And for that, I'm appreciative. But he said something that stood out to me. Something that made me make that the title of this content, of this video. And what he said was divide and conquer. And I felt like he was speaking directly to me and those who think like me. Divide and conquer is what they're trying to do. Now, there's always been that question, who's they? Who's they? Well, there's a lot of people behind that pull the strings in this world. I'm your puppet, don't. There's a lot of people that always have something to say, but don't say it themselves. Utilize others or manipulate others into saying it for them. It's what this world's all about, man. The utilization of oneself, right? Or of another. And that's just usually how it goes. Now, in this instance, I was utilized. I felt susceptible to the game. I didn't play the game at the top-notch highest level. I was easily manipulated into believing something that may or may not been true. And in my case, I believe wasn't. I believe paperwork was fabricated and made up in order for people like me and other content creators to be misled and misguided. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Dispensa. I'm not the one to come out later and say, I told you so, or none of that. There's none of that here, man. Because really, truly, you know, I fucked up, and that's on me for jumping the gun on something that wasn't, you know, it wasn't like it was pre-planned and I waited in the cuts and jumped out the bushes on it. And it was nothing like that. It was spur of the moment thing. And I decided to run with it. And for that, I apologized and Gil accepted. But divide and conquer are the words here, gente. Those are the truest words I've heard in a long time because it's the truth. See, we've been hearing that for a long time. If you're the raza, then you know what divide and conquer means. We've been going through the emotions for decades now. You know, our people have been divided. No matter how much we like to believe that we're together, that we're solid as one brown entity and we're doing our thing, that's furthest from the truth. And not does other people divide us, not are other people trying to manipulate this. Oh yeah, they definitely are. They're definitely in the cuts. Guard! They're in the cuts trying to get their manipulation on. That's the way it's always going to be, right? Everybody is against everybody. Let's just tell the truth here, right? Let's speak facts. But the fact remains that it's our own people that are dividing within. A lot of people like to be divided. They like to think they're better than, or they like to think that they're harder or more cool or more hardcore, come from more vicious streets or a more vicious area. But at the end of the day, is that truly what you honestly believe, or is that what you've been spoon-fed to believe your whole life? See, the divide and conquer game has always been there because it benefits those. It benefits those that truly want to come up off the gente. You know, I'm not talking about prison. We go there because we do crime, man. If you don't do the crime, you don't do the time. Now, I understand there are some people that are truly, honestly, factually and actually, man, innocent. And they're sitting there behind the walls and no one's fighting for them. And instead of coming together as a gente and fighting for our people that are incarcerated and less fortunate, or instead of coming together to open up doors for the youngsters to make better music or to have a bigger bag, right? We're constantly bickering and fighting amongst each other and exposing each other and talking shit and clowning and disrespecting. And I myself have been part of that circus. I myself have felt susceptible to that, and I myself have participated in it. I'm not here to fucking flip anyone's ways of thinking about me. You're going to think whatever you think. At this point, it doesn't matter, man. At this point, I don't care what you think about me other than I'm a brown man and I'm here in front of you. If you're watching this, then you know and you respect just that little bit. And there's some of you that are just going to watch just to talk shit. And that's fine too. At the end of the day, acknowledge me because I'm in front of you. Spend some. It's just the way it is. Now, when Gil said divide and conquer, I took that to heart because there was no reason, absolutely no reason for me to talk shit about that man. See, that's never been my MO, gente. I know a lot of people like to spit that and speak that and say that and turn that into facts when it's not, and say that I'm a master manipulator and I manipulate people behind the scenes, but that's furthest from the truth. I don't got the time to do that. Truly hasn't been me. The one thing that has been me is I'm a firm believer in the raza. Now, I'm a firm believer in making money as well. Not going to bullshit you guys. You know, if I can get a little bag out of creating some content on YouTube, why not? If I could entertain the gente, why not? See, when I got into this YouTube game, I didn't expect my own people to try to tear me down. I didn't expect my own people to hate me so much. And I became one of the most hated, villainous people here on YouTube that never intended to be that. You made me that. I didn't make myself that. The trolls and the master manipulators and the ones that manipulate, they're the ones that made me the villain. They're the reason why I'm hated on. They're the reason why my name is in so many dick suckers constantly every day. I can't even keep up with it. I can't even watch all that content in one day. There's hours and hours and now thousands of hours of talking shit about me, and I'm just pressing on. I'm moving on. Orale, I'm just pressing on, doing my daily life, my daily rutina, my daily máquina, what I do. Okay? Divide and conquer are some of the truest words I heard Gil speak yesterday, because that is what it's all about. And it takes people like myself and him who have platforms, who are listened to, who people respect, who people trip out on, who people are entertained by, to spit our jewels and our diamonds, homes, to speak and spit some realness so that way someone could get something out of it. See, it's not all about the entertainment factor. These war stories and all that, although most of them are fucking dead on accurate to something that's went on in your life and you feel that, that's why you embrace the channel and subscribe and do all that. You know, even more so than that, there's lugs that are dropped in there, diamonds that are dropped in there, and jewels, knowledge that you can't get in college. That is something I've spoken on and I speak daily. And the reason I do that is because I want you to understand some of the things I went through. I don't want you to be in position to go through. And maybe if you hear it from here first, someone who suffered, getting shot, stabbed, things of that nature, you would understand. You know, not everyone has to go through that. I know it sounds exciting and it sounds captivating and it sounds all that, but it really isn't. It's really a miserable life to live. And having been through that, having sat in jail cells and prison cells and wondered if I was going to get out this time, or wondered how my gente were doing outside of the walls, and wondering if my old lady was going to leave me or if she was giving a mamon to Tyrone, having to go through that, I don't want you to have to go through that. Now, some of the people that watch this already have been through the rocky road, so they already know what the payday is. They know exactly what time it is, gente. Spensa. It's just the way it is. Now, divide and conquer is something we do within ourselves. The Africanos are not dividing us. They could give a shit less about us. The white guys, well, brother, just shoot me coffee. Would. They could give a shit about what we're going through. It's up to us as gente, as raza, to care about one another and to trip out on one another. But we have high standards, man. It's one thing I noticed. Our minds are so ingrained with politics and prison and jail and gangs that we can't seem to break away from that. Those of us that are civilians that have been through that understand the ramifications and the repercussions for actions and all that goes into it, right? But those that haven't try to play a role and try to pretend. And YouTube is the perfect yarda to pretend on. Okay? But it's real life people that are pretending. Okay? When you pretend that you're someone you're not, or you pretend to know this and know that, or pretend to do that, you know, eventually people are going to get tired of pretending and they're going to be for real. Just the way it is. You know, when our own gente are dividing, choose a side. You either rock with me or you rock with him. That's pretend stuff. There is no rocking with anybody, Holmes. Rock with your familia, I say. Rock with your jefe, your boss, your jefita. Rock with your people that really truly rock with you. Because a lot of these people that are saying rock with me or rock with him, they don't rock with you either. The first moment that you say, hey, bro, wait up, hold up, they're going to block you. They're not going to rock with you no more. Your rocking days are over. Utterly, you just went from rock back to soft. Real ones in the streets, D-boys know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm just saying A1 from day one. This is real talk. I'm not sitting here trying to spin words up and manipulate you. I can't help it. I got the gift of gab and the charisma to spit it and speak it. I hope you feel it because I'm being real. The divide and conquer words are true. Gil spoke them and I felt them. I fell for it. I fell for the divide and conquer game. And in this case, it was one individual that had a problem with one individual and knew deep down inside that I had a problem also with that individual, but wasn't as major, hit me on my pager, as theirs. And he chose to put out some paperwork. Now, I know there's other paperwork and people are still speaking about it, and to each their own. Hey, and I truly, hey, my blessings, I truly, I respect everyone and what they're doing, and every man is his own man. But coming from me, what I seen, I should have dwelled on a little bit more, and I should have vetted it a little bit more, and I didn't. And I said what I said. And I'm feeling the repercussions from actions, and that's cool, man. That ain't going to change nothing with the gun. I'm going to continue to rock how I rock. The people are going to continue to talk shit about me, and I'm going to continue to King Kong this shit, right? People are going to continue to hate on me behind the scenes, and guess what? I'm going to continue to King Kong this shit, because when you're Godzilla in the game, man, you do what you do. Now, I'm not trying to speak like I'm this big badass, because I'm not. I'm just a regular skinny-ass brown man right here on the block doing what I does, cuz. But I recognize real when I see real. When Gil said they're trying to divide and conquer us, gente, that's exactly what they're doing. But the big question, Spencer me tira con permiso. The big they is our own selves. Our own gente. People that look just like us, brown people. We're constantly cannibalizing each other from the inside out. And I've done that. I'm guilty of that. You know, I'm guilty of putting out some paperwork that I didn't know was real or not because I just took it and ran with it. I'm guilty. People said, oh, you were so excited, Gunner. You were so excited. Yeah, I was excited. Fuck yeah, I was excited. Not excited to be tearing a man's life up. Not excited to be tearing a man's life down. I was more excited because I thought finally I have some fucking breaking news or some content that can help escalate my channel and take me to a different platform and a different level, because that's what I work so hard for every day. It's not only to give you the knowledge that you can't get in college. It's not only to tell my war stories and give you the gift and gab of game. It's not only all that. It's also to elevate my life so that way I can provide for my children and my family. That's what it's about. Okay? When I got into the YouTube game, I didn't get into the YouTube game to manipulate people or to be bad. I watched Sonny Acosta the other day and he said absolutely something right on Mikey's channels. Mikey Salinas, respects, bro. Shout out. What he said on that channel was one of the jewels that I took from that channel too. See, there's diamonds and lugs, like I say, drop jewels all the time. And the jewel he dropped was, hey, when all these content creators, 90% of them started their channel, they started with positivity in mind. And of course, the money and the greed and the envy and the YouTube fans and the stardom and all that gets to their heads. I never let that happen with me. The one thing that's happened with me is I'm hated on so much I constantly feel like I have to prove myself, or I constantly feel like I have to fight back, and I throw the Michael Myers mask on and I get to, orale, and I do what I have to do, right? But really, truly, I do it out of fun and out of jest, right? And I'm hoping that they can feel that and say, man, this was just clowning, and then get away and move on and do something else. But I understand now that there's those that just, I just run their game. I run their program. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. Fans on Latina, they just love me so much. You know, they really truly are fans. I don't like fans. I got subscribers and supporters, and I guess now fans, and they are the real ones. And their whole gift, the whole get down is to get rid of me, is for me to tap out. What the fuck, right? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, man. You know, I'm gonna continue to do me. I'm gonna continue to drop my content, and I'm gonna continue to press on, because I believe, just like a bump in the road, everything can be surpassed and everything can be fixed. I apologize to Gil for what I did. I understand that it could have been way worse. I understand that it could have got individuals hurt. I understand that it could have got myself hurt. But you know what? I did it, and I'm moving on, just like he's moving on. He accepted the apology, and I appreciate it. And that's where that is. And we won't speak on that no more. But the divide and conquer is real. We need, as a gente, as a people, to see it for what it is. When people are constantly talking shit on the next man, I'm not taking myself, for instance. I'm going to deal with that my own self. Gente, Spencer, don't feel sorry for me. I'm not a victim. I'm a man, right? I could do it my own thing. But when other people are disrespecting and talking shit about other people constantly, who's the true dividers? You can't conquer if you're too busy dividing. There's never going to be a conquer if you're too busy dividing. So you can't do two things, Holmes. You can't chew bubblegum and suck dick at the same time. And guess what, Spencer? We're all out of bubblegum. Wobble, wobble, wobble. We already know what you're on. Look, at the end of the day, gente, it's like this. And this is the way it's going to be. This is YouTube. This is for pretends. But it actually does affect real life. You know what makes me upset every day? I'm going to tell you because I just told Dubs a little while ago. I was real with them. What upsets me the most is not all the hate I get. Not all the clowning and talking shit and finding paperwork from 30-something years ago and all this, that. None of that affects me. I could care less, man. I'm a grown man. I got so much to do in my life, so many bills to pay, that I can't let things like that, frivolous things, really affect me. I hear them and I see them, but it doesn't affect my everyday living. See, I still wake up with Folgers in my cup. I'm still going to do what I does, right? And they're going to continue to do what they do, and more power to them, precious. Orale. Pillsbury Dope Boys in town, huh? What hurts me more and upsets me more is that those around me who fuck with me outside of YouTube are having to feel the repercussions for that. They're having to get shit talked about their channels, or they're having to get clowned because they don't want to be involved in the riffraff or the drama or the bullshit, right? Oh, if you rock with him, you can't rock with me. Hey, who's to say he's rocking with anyone, man? Who's to say this person is choosing one side over another? Can't you just fucking stop disrespecting, man? Look, it's the game of divide and conquer. You said it best, Gil. Hey, if we're able to get in their minds and manipulate them, they'll fucking get away from Gunner, and that's divide. We divided it, so we're conquering. You're not conquering shit because it doesn't affect me. If someone chooses not to fuck with me for whatever reason they have, that's cool. That's fine. I don't hate them for it. I just press on, man, and I wish them the best, right? If people choose to fuck with me, well, hey, camarada, let's get it, right? And that's just it. Period. I have my family. I have my loved ones that love me unconditionally. Nothing's going to stop that, so it doesn't really matter. People that watch you on YouTube, it's the same old saying. It's been happening. There's people that go on Gil's channel and talk, hey, Gil, Gunner's over there talking shit about you. And then they come on my channel, hey, Gunner, Gil's over there talking shit about you. Then they go to fucking Haters World, and then they go to whatever other channel they go to. I don't even want to mention Rip Rap, Hush Puppies. But then there's a lot of different things that they go to and they disrespect, right? And they're just manipulating. They're doing it for the drama. They're trying to divide and conquer. But like I said, there's never no conquer. It's just a whole lot of divide. Whole lot of division. And when you're not man enough to understand that, and when you're not man enough to be a man, then I guess you're just going to be a little boy or a little girl that wants to be a little boy. Either way, binary. I don't know what exactly is going on. All I know is when Gil said, you know what I mean, divide and conquer, I took it for what it was and realized, man, it's our own gente doing it. You know, Wack may be manipulating people on the outside. He may have this problem with Gil, but like Gil said, like a real one, he said, hey, homie, hey, player. He said, it's over. I'm done. You did what you did, and I'm done. Because a real man presses on, just like I'm pressing on. You know, for those of you that continue to feed into the negativity, the drama, and the hate, hey, it's entertainment. That's it. Enjoy it. You know, but I'm not going to participate in it. For those of you that are just fighting for the Gunner to retaliate or for the Gunner to say something about you, I'm not. I won't. Why? Because I ain't got time, first and foremost. And second of all, I'm not going to be involved in any degree of divide and conquer. I've already did my part. and I fucked up and I had to apologize like a dumbass, like a poop butt. But I'm going to take that one on the chin. Why? Because I deserve it. People said, oh, that was a fake ass apology. I don't know how much more fucking realer I can get. I said, sorry, Spencer. I fucked up. That's it, gente. It takes a lot to be a man and speak out your mouth those words. There's a lot of people that say, fuck it, I ain't going to apologize to this poop. But there's a lot of people that would do that. Me, I'm not. I'm a man. I'm a grown man. If I fuck up, I say I messed up. And if I didn't, I didn't. I'm in it to win it. Anyways, with that being said, I just dropped some real jewels of the Nile. Orale. Jewel of the Nile? Who remembers that movie? With that being said, move with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Shout out some respects to everyone, even those that talk shit about me. It's all good in the hood. I'm going to continue to do what I does and does what I do, cuz. And on Power Whack 100. You better stop it before you find yourself in troubles. There's going to be troubles. And that's just what it is. And it ain't a black and brown thing, but it's a black and brown thing. Solidarity, man, for the real ones. You know what it is, man. If you like this, hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle to strive for what I truly believe in, and that's bringing the best content I possibly can on YouTube. All the bullshit, the shit talking, the paperwork, the manipulation, the this and the that. You guys do what you do. You know, get your little 900 views. I ain't mad at you. It's better than 300.